Have you listened to the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like my little rock lobster?
Yeah. Watched it on New Year's, just like, what the hell?
Royalty-free music.
Why not? Increases the listenership, if that's what the word is.
Yeah. Lets people listen to a nice little tune as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, win-win.
So yeah, it's not just attracting games interested people. If they want to listen to a nice song, music people.
Yeah,
as well.
nice little classic bit of rock lobster.
Family Guy. Iraq lobster.
Rock lobster.
Can you upload audio to YouTube?
Yes.
Unless we do a sort of video as
we'll
well.
just put it on a video. I'll get a nice picture or two.
Yeah.
Nice little themed pictures.
Okay.
Upload it. Create a Clueless Cataclysm YouTube account.
Vlog.
A vlog.
Mm.
A vlog.
Yeah. So watch this space, listeners. Keep our videos soon.
Literally watch this space.
You have to see our ugly mugs on it now. I've got a kitten calendar.
Yeah? Nice kitten calendar over there.
Right, shall we start this episode then? 3 minutes.
No, let's not start in front of a half hour or so.
Okay.
Welcome to the Clueless Cataclysm. I am Callum Lewis.
And I'm Kevin Griffin.
And we haven't actually done this for a month.
Yeah.
So our last recorded podcast was a month ago. It came out 2 weeks ago. But that's the editing magic of Clueless Cataclysm Studios.
It's the genius that is Callum Lewis. Planning ahead. Nice.
Of course.
New Year's and Christmas we couldn't do, so, you know.
Yeah, so we haven't actually seen each other for a month, so we have a lot to catch up on.
Yes, we do.
I hope Kev is prepared for the onslaught of news and discussion that's going to be occurring right now.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. So, first topic, China.
Oh, God.
Yep. So, heard anything about gaming in China recently?
No.
Okay, so, monumental news from China, actually. They've lifted their 14-year ban on consoles. So, China in 2000, they decided that console gaming was harming the youth. So they decided to ban consoles completely. And PC gaming is huge in China.
Yeah.
Because that's the only platform that they can have, really.
It's really strange, that. Considering most of their industry is sort of gaming and anime sort of based.
That's more Japan.
Yeah, it's the same area.
Same.
Don't include that in the podcast. Just realise that.
Insulting our Chinese listeners.
Oh, God.
So yeah. China's been looking up, and consoles have been flooding in with some restrictions on them. So it's not entirely clear what kind of consoles that they'll be allowing in, whether they'll be allowing all consoles or just some consoles, and if then what kind of games they'll be allowing in.
Yeah, maybe they'll introduce it sort of back in time sort of thing, as in they introduce PS2s now or something to ease them into, because it has got a bit more
possibly
graphic and gameplay, isn't it?
Yeah, I think most people are thinking that it's going to be Nintendo consoles that are going to be the first to go through, because they're generally more family friendly.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be more the other consoles that might come through. So in that light, Nintendo's stock, as soon as the lifting the ban was announced, Nintendo's stock went up 10%.
Wow.
Which is, yeah.
That's a hell of a lot.
So, yeah, pretty sure that all their stock investors, all their investors are assuming that it's going to be them that's going to be the easiest to get through. Sony stock went up 1%, which...
Yeah, it's a pretty big increase anyway, considering the size of their stock.
Yeah, absolutely. Xbox, Microsoft stock didn't go up at all. But... to be fair, Microsoft, I don't think, because China's not really a big fan of Western.
Yeah, Sony is Japanese, isn't
yeah,
it?
Sony's Japanese, so I think
support their...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, China's got a lot of tensions with Japan as well, but not as much as
Who knows,
the US.
games might help.
Oh, well,
You
possibly.
never know, in the terms of industry.
Yeah, you never know. Unfortunate for China, they might just end up getting the Wii U's.
Oh,
as their
no.
first thing.
Wii U's again.
Oh, not the Wii U. It'd be really weird though, wouldn't it, if it was just the Wii U became the best selling of the three consoles simply because of China. Very odd.
Well, considering their stocks increased 10% compared to Sony's one.
Yeah, I mean it's entirely possible.
Well, if they stopped the ban 14 years ago, there's people who used to play like Sonic and no, not Sonic, sorry, Mario, Donkey Kong, and that went before it was banned. So they probably bought the new consoles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adults as well as children.
Like the last consoles they would have had would unless they import them illegally, would have been like the Nintendo 64, PS1, things like that.
And let's face it, N64 is a lot better than PS1. In my opinion.
Oh, we'll start a war. This has been brewing for
20 years.
20 years. This argument. So yeah, that's quite a cool announcement. The other restriction is they have to be domestically produced.
Right.
So the consoles have to be made in China, which isn't really going to be much of a problem for them, is it? No. Let's be honest.
It's unfortunate that.
Yeah, specifically they have to be made in Shanghai. So they'll be made in Shanghai and then released. Is it Shanghai or Hong Kong? Damn it. One of them.
I'd say Hong Kong.
Yeah, now I'm reading it, I'm thinking it's going to be Hong Kong, because Hong Kong's the more separate political entity.
It's sort of the more neutral.
Yeah,
in
so
that place of the world anyway.
So they'll be manufactured and distributed from Hong Kong, and then people can buy them in the rest of the country as long as it's from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty good news on that front.
Yeah.
Gaming will be increased by about
the industry is going to get massive. Most of the world population's over there. Like.
Well, not most, but a huge percentage.
I saw a map, and it's completely unrelated to games, but it circled the area of China, Korea, Japan, India. Said most, in comparison to the rest of the world, like landscape, that most people live there compared to everywhere else.
I mean, they've got over 1 billion people living there.
Yeah.
So
more than a seventh of the world population.
Yeah. So that will be a huge market.
But yeah, I mean, they'll change the sort of games they make then. Would it be aimed more at them? Like we have Call of Duty.
It will be interesting seeing like shooters because China's got a couple of big name their versions of the Call of Duty games that are out on PC, but they're made by the government, so it's
going to be very biased.
Well, obviously it's very biased. It's about going against Westerners, but we can't really say anything. We've got exactly the same.
I was going to say, we don't actually have a mainstream game that's just maybe about the Chinese-Japanese wars and stuff like that.
No, we don't really cover that,
to be honest.
I think the last game that I played where it was like anything to do with a war in Asia was Call of Duty World at War.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the Chinese, that was the Pacific War with the Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played
as a Chinese man.
As a Chinese... No, not at all. I've never played as a Chinese person in a game.
No, in all the Call of Duties, it's either British, European, or American.
Yeah.
Basically.
I played against the Chinese. I've never played as a Chinese.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see their point of view then, really.
Absolutely.
If it's released over here.
Like, I would be very interested to see a Chinese shooter and see how that turns out.
Yeah. So, imagine Chinese race games. If they base it around sort of anime type things as well, like it'll be Mario Kart.
Japan again.
Yeah, I know, but it's they have.
Don't say it's the same.
Zip.
So, yeah. So that's good news. Got an extra 1 billion people, potential customers.
Mm-hmm.
May not gain so much traction as we think, though, because there's already a huge PC scene there. So, but you never know. It could happen. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, numbers wise, because we're talking about these the stocks. Sony has to date sold 4.2 million PS4s worldwide, and 500,000 of those in the UK.
Wow.
So we were on 8th of the sales.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's the fastest selling console in UK history.
Wow.
So yeah,
So it's basically the leader now.
Oh, it's definitely the leader. We are by like very Sony biased this generation. I think we bought more Xbox 360s last generation.
Yeah.
PS3 kind of lagged behind last generation.
Well, yeah, that was that whole price hike thing
Yeah,
as well, wasn't it?
when the PS3 came out, it was ridiculously priced.
We seem to come to terms with that one now.
We have to. But they have brought the prices down. So
yeah.
Which was quite weird at the time because the rest of Europe was hugely into the PS3.
Yeah.
And we were the only ones really that bought more 360s. But now we're in line with the rest of Europe.
We've caught up.
We've caught up. The Xbox One is lagging behind, but only by about I say only by about a couple of 100,000.
Yeah.
So it's still selling very well, not as well as the PS4.
No, I didn't expect it. We didn't expect it to, did we?
No, but it's still selling quite well. Wii U. The Wii. Oh, the original Wii has sold more than the Wii U for like the 3rd month running.
That's awful.
I know.
I feel so sorry for Nintendo now.
I feel sorry for Nintendo, but at the same time, it's like they didn't market it as well.
No.
They've refused a lot of things that would help them. They don't want. They're not supporting third party developers.
Bad move.
They think they can get along with making just their own games.
Yeah.
And also their online features, they're not very big into online.
Yeah.
So, which is...
Online is a massive part of gaming.
Online is a huge part of gaming, and I think Nintendo are wrong to think that people will not want to have it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, poor Wii U, but at the same time...
You deserve it.
You deserve it. Yeah, fuck 'em. And in terms of PC gaming, we don't actually talk about PC gaming.
I'm not too into it,
Yeah.
other than Football Manager.
I'm not terribly into it. My laptop can't really run PC games so well.
Yeah, same with me, really.
But PC games have had a lot of big news coming out recently, so I thought it would be bad for us to ignore it.
Okay.
Have you heard about the Steam machines? Anything around the Steam machines?
We discussed it briefly last time, didn't we?
Oh yeah, I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Steam machines, just for anyone who doesn't know, they're Valve's pushing to create a console rival because Steam's become such a huge thing nowadays.
Potential.
It has a lot of potential. So they've brought out their Steam OS, which is Linux but tailored towards gaming, to rival Windows.
What, so a type of laptop to come out, basically? Or is it
No,
programming?
They brought out the programming, the OS. It's because there was a lot of controversy surrounding Steam on Windows 8, which Gabe Newell, head of Valve, he seems to be highly against Windows 8. He's not talked so much about it recently, but when Windows 8 was being developed, he was really highly against it, and I think that brought about the Steam OS. They brought out their Steam controller. Well, they're bringing out the Steam controller. They've sent out their beta testing ones.
That'd be good.
They're really weird. I will have to show you a picture of them. I'll put a picture up on the blog. But they're basically they're two touchpads. You don't have joysticks on them. They're two. You've seen them, haven't you?
Jack showed me, I think.
Yeah.
They are really strange.
They're really strange. I'd like to try it out though, just to see
it
how
might
it
feel
work.
more natural.
Yeah, I'm sure. Just looking at it, it seems like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that they've tested it out to the max,
and they've made sure of different bugs and that. Well, that's what the beta's for, anyway.
Yeah, it's meant to be a bridge between PC gaming, like mouse and keyboard, and an actual controller.
Yeah,
so
I prefer a controller. Anyway, I'm not ready to.
I prefer a controller, but it would be nice to have that. So it would be good for strategy games and things where you
Age
could
of
sit.
Empires. Well, Age of Empires is pretty simple anyway, I suppose. But
Well, yeah, but that would be ideal for this kind of dual touchpad controller.
yeah. No, I was playing. It was the summer of last year now, but playing the Old Republic, the Star Wars sort of World of Warcraft.
Oh, their
similar
MMO,
type.
yeah.
Yeah. I was playing that on my keyboard. I kept getting confused as what the hell I'm pressing.
To be fair, MMOs are quite complicated in terms of you need a lot of
You need a lot of
hotkeys
buttons.
and things to set it out.
So I reckon that'll make even MMOs even easier to play. So
Yeah, it's looking quite good. The controller. I definitely want to try it out before I say anything good or bad against it.
Okay.
But people who have tried it have said that it's hard to get used to, but once you are used to it, it feels really natural,
okay.
which is good. So yeah, they've got that, and then in conjunction with those two, they have the Steam machines, which a lot of people were kind of nobody had any idea what kind of form they'd take in the end. So when they were announced, they were kind of announced as like Valve's version, as Valve's console, the Steam machine, so it would be a PC that's sort of tailored toward console gaming. And no one was quite sure how that would turn out. And now they've got a lot of things about Steam machines, so multiple ones, so you can go through. They have like a list of them, and they can play different games at lower or higher end.
Yeah.
And now they've finally released the actual what the Steam machines will be. So they've announced 13 Steam machines, which
13 different types, or
13 different types, not
Wow.
made by Valve, made by third-party computer parts manufacturers.
Mhm.
And but with the Steam Machines logo on it, like branded Steam Machines, and also with the Steam OS, and it goes with the Steam controller. It's quite odd.
I was going to say, yeah, you
A
think,
lot of nobody, like people were excited for these Steam Machines, and now all of a sudden nobody wants one.
well, you wouldn't know which one to get for what, would you?
You wouldn't want to know. You wouldn't know
It
which
might-
one you want to get.
It might
And
become more clearer. You never know, but
possibly, it just seems like people wanted a Valve console, but this isn't it. It's literally just 13 pre-built PCs with the Valve
certain
logo.
games on it as well. Like maybe certain types of games.
I don't know. I think they've said that they're making sure that they won't have exclusive games because they want Steam to be a platform for everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're ranging in price from. I haven't actually found the price in pounds. So,
Okay.
but they range from the cheapest one is $500. Yeah. And that's
cheapest. It's about 270 quid maybe or something. Probably more.
probably more.
Yeah, probably
Pounds
more.
not doing so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's roughly not quite as powerful as the latest consoles.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be as powerful as the previous generation.
Okay.
And then that ranges up all the way to $6,000
What?
for, I think that's the Alienware Steam machine.
Does it have like unlimited memory or something?
Unlimited memory. No, I think it's really weird. I think they don't really have a market for this because console gamers will think, well, we'll just buy a console,
£6,000.
and PC gamers will just go out and build their own PC because
Yeah.
it will cost a lot less
Yeah.
than buying a pre-built PC. So I don't really think that they have much of a market for it.
No.
And 13 machines as well. There's too much.
So much variety.
There's too much variety.
The launch on your like proper new launch type thing, it should be maybe
it has to
1
be
to
simple.
3, maybe.
Yeah. I'd say 3.
Yeah.
If they want to have a range.
Yeah.
Like,
And then develop on that as generations go
Yeah.
on, sort of.
and then you can have but you could bring it along those sort of that kind of lines of that. So you have the low end one, and then instead of releasing another one in conjunction with the low end, you could have this one, the low end upgrade,
Yeah.
and then you could just
And then you could go on for years releasing these 13 different varieties, rather than all at once.
It's
kind of taking a massive gamble.
Yeah, and also the fact that it's being made by third-party
Yeah.
computer manufacturers. It does literally just seem like they're just slapping a Steam sticker on it.
Yeah.
So
Steam's just the software, really, isn't it? That's
yeah.
all their part in it.
I mean, I didn't expect Valve to be manufacturing all of their consoles, but at least if they had a bit more involvement in the hardware side of things.
Yeah.
Like, if they had certain components that were Valve
Do you reckon
made.
they even have a say in the design?
I think they've had a say in the design, but
Yeah.
they haven't had a say in the price. Clearly.
Obviously, yeah. Unless they are that stupid.
I don't think they're stupid though, because they're huge with PCs. Like, if you play on PC, you will be playing with Steam.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much a given. So, I don't think they're stupid, it's just they don't understand the console market.
Yeah, a lot more market and research should have been done.
Yeah, it's very weird. So, yep, I won't be buying a Steam machine.
Maybe the lowest price one, just to see it.
Maybe, but at the same time, if I was going to get a PC, if I was going to get into PC gaming, I'd build my own PC, because it's very easy to build PC nowadays.
Yeah. Just
Also,
get second-hand parts done.
Yeah. Also, along the same lines of building a PC, they've announced. I say they've announced. It's some tech company that I have not heard of, and I don't think a lot of people have heard of. But they make a lot of high-end PC parts and things. Yeah. They've released a concept PC which is entirely modular. So it's like Lego. Like, you get a tower, like a thin tower, and then you have blocks. You have a block of like RAM and a block of which is your graphics card, and a block of sound, and then you just plug them in to the outside of this tower, and it's all oil cooled.
Yeah.
And it looks that
sounds pretty cool. Actually.
It sounds damn cool.
And it would look a lot better than just a standard.
Yeah. You don't have to unscrew parts on your tower and take it apart and then plug in.
Say you wanted to take the hard drive out and go to another.
You can literally just grab it and just
pull it out. Like a memory stick sort of.
Yeah. And then if you want to replace a part with, like, upgrade your RAM, take it out, plug a new one in.
So simple.
It is so simple. It looks very good. And I'm really excited to see how that turns out.
Is there a date where that's coming out?
No, it's just in concept at the moment. Okay. So it's
could be at least 5 years, really.
I don't think it would be 5 years. I think it would be a year.
Oh, right,
Because they have they've shown, it looks very far along.
I thought it was just like an idea, not
I think
things.
Well, we'll see how it turns out,
yeah.
But I think it will definitely be coming around relatively soonish, because it wouldn't be very hard to create.
No,
it was just It's just all the work is in standardising the parts, so that's quite good.
I look forward to that.
Looking forward to that. Maybe enough to get me into PC gaming a bit more.
Yeah.
I have actually been playing PC games a lot more since the dreaded Steam winter sale.
Oh no! I'm luckily I didn't even open Steam.
Oh god! I
chose not to.
I don't know why I did.
Manager. Should I go at the store? Nope. Don't go at the store.
So many games that I will never play, but I bought anyway because they're cheap.
So, if you get a more powerful PC in the future, you can play them on it easily. So
yeah, I did buy. Well, most of the games I bought were lower end games that run on my laptop, so not too bad. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Mountain Blade and a lot of Civilization.
I couldn't get into Civilization.
The Civ 5, which is one I've got
it on my laptop.
It's the very first Civ game I've ever played.
Same.
And because I like strategy games.
Yeah.
And Civ has always been one of the biggest, and yet I've never really played one.
Yeah, I've never seen the appeal of it. I played it for about maybe an hour, and it was too. I don't know the word to describe it, but it's just all the hexagons. Yeah. It's not enough freedom, sort of thing. You go to one to the other, and then they move. It's like it's like a board game.
It does feel like a board game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Pretty good. I don't think I've enjoyed it. Like, my favourite strategy game series is the Total War series.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was disappointed recently because they had Rome Total War 2 came out.
Yeah.
And that was a buggy, shitty mess.
Was it?
Yeah. It was
like battalions flying in the sky, like,
pretty universally panned. So yeah, that's been disappointing, and I thought, damn it, I need some sort of grand strategy fix, and this isn't going to give it me, so I thought I'd buy Civ.
Have you looked at Age of Empires 3?
I've heard bad things about it.
Bad things, sorry. Yeah. I was going to download it.
I got Age of Empires 2 HD edition.
same.
which looks fantastic.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. I tried playing because I got an ancient CD of Age of Empires 2, and I put it in because I thought I'd try and compare it, and it is miles apart.
Yeah.
So HD edition is looking very good. I've realised that my skills have deteriorated incredibly. It's been bad.
Yeah, it does take getting used to.
Mm.
But Age of Empires 3 is a lot more 3D based as well.
Alright, cool.
So, say Total War graphics, when you're on the battlefield, it's like that.
Alright, nice.
So I'm not
Do you have
sure.
bigger armies as well then?
I assume so. I've seen videos and it's massive armies, pretty much. But,
we say this is like it's a new game. It came out years ago.
But we haven't played it at all. So.
Yeah, Age of Empires Online came out a couple of years ago, and that was terrible.
Yeah, I can imagine. I played my brother online at number 2.
Yeah.
But that's connected through the same LAN, so...
Yeah, that's another thing that's great with the HD edition. They've really upgraded the online multiplayer, so that it actually works now. So yeah, I've also been playing Rogue Legacy, which
What's that?
It's a roguelike game where you play as a family who's trying to get through this. There's a evil castle, and you're trying to get through this castle, beat the final boss, and you're meant to find out this mystery. But you play as a family who go through the generations, and it's the castle is fucking hard because it's a roguelike. So you go through, see how far you can get, die.
Then you know what to expect and go on.
But everything that you've found in the castle, you give to your descendants.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
you start again, you play as your descendant, and every character you play gets a little bit better. So you can get a little bit further. But the best part about Rogue Legacy is, because they all have defects and things. Like every family member, they have specific traits.
Yeah.
So you can have one. You play through one through the castle once as like a wizard or something, and he's a fantastic guy, and he's just like killing things left and right.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. And then the next time you play, and then he dies, and then his son, I guess, has the chance to be utterly shit. Like he could play as a knight who's got dwarfism or something. They've got like I think my longest
just imagining it.
My longest playthrough of this castle was as a ninja, and they all have names, so it's great. It's like you play as like Jemima the 47th or something like that. I've gone through so many generations, but Jemima the 47th was a ninja with epilepsy. So it's like you walk into a room and there's strobe lights, and your health deteriorates the more the light. Like
I want to play this game.
Absolutely, and it runs on a toaster. It's just a 2D game, so it's really good. But the traits are what makes it. You have things ranging from like dwarfism or gigantism to things like
diabetes.
There's diabetes. There
is. Fuck.
Yeah. There's his vision needs glasses, so everything's a bit blurry. You get things like no peripheral vision, so it's like you have a really tiny sliver of the screen that you can only see. And very occasionally you get extremely weird traits. I had one who was Noe the First, who thought he was in the Matrix. So I walked into the castle and everything was cyber. I was fighting agents. And my guy was just wearing a big coat with shades on. Yeah, Rogue Legacy is a fantastic game.
Off Steam, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely get it out.
Yeah.
Such a good game.
Oh, just imagine a dwarfism knight weighed down by armour too big for him and massive swords.
Some of them you can you get multiple bad traits, so it's barely playable. I have one who had
epilepsy.
I have one that had extremely bad vision, and his vision was because you could, I don't know what the condition was called, but when you see things, it's the image is upside down, but it corrects it in your brain.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. My guy had a condition where it didn't correct it, so I had to see everything upside down. I didn't get very far with him.
Well, so when you die, you just start off as the next generation sort of thing?
Yeah. You can pick from like three of their children.
Oh, right, okay.
Usually you try and pick the one that's the least shit. It's not a case of you pick the best one, you pick the least shit one.
Okay.
So it's really cool. Can't think of what else I've been playing on from the Steam sale. I bought too many games.
You seem so disheartened by that. Student loan came in and now it's gone.
Yeah. Well, not quite that bad.
No, it's a lot of money worth of games.
Yeah. So going back to like a month ago, you remember when we had a whole talk about sci-fi games?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of sci-fi news, which has been quite interesting. I thought.
Anything related to what we talked about?
Well, there's No Man's Sky, the game that I was telling you about with
the planets and
Planet Genocide, which was
yeah.
Oh, Planet Genocide. Yeah, unfortunately they've because they're a British developer and their offices have been flooded twice.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Damn storms.
And we've been getting a lot of storms around here.
Yeah.
And their offices were not insured for damages.
Oh
so
no! They've gone bust.
They haven't gone bust because a lot of people have been donating to them to help them out, but it is quite unfortunate.
Can't plan for these things, can you?
No, you can't. The worst part for me is the first thing I thought was, oh no, the game's going to get delayed.
Yeah.
I didn't think, oh, it's for developers. I thought, oh no, when am I going to get my game?
I might encourage him to press on with it despite, Callum needs this game.
Working in waterlogged offices, just like surrounded by buckets.
Yeah. Sandbags everywhere.
Sandbags.
Protect the computer!
Oh, poor guys.
Yeah.
So, unfortunate sci-fi news there.
I think it's the first bit of bad news we've ever done.
Well,
bad, but
bad news that we actually care about. There's bad news like the Wii U, which we talk about every single week.
And it's shit.
Oh, no, we talk about bloody digital pricing every single week.
Oh, yeah. Are we getting onto that, or?
We may. We have. We talked about Steam machines.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, no, that's not digital prices. But well.
Steam sale.
Steam sale. Oh. Don't remind me.
Priceless.
God damn it.
So yeah, any more sci-fi news?
There's the concept art for Halo 5.
Oh, right. Well,
I will put the picture up. But at the moment I will describe it to you. It's the Infinity, which is the ship from Halo 4.
Yep.
And it's floating above what looks to be some sort of colony of humans, and it's got like the elites who are allies with the humans now.
Like the Arbiter.
Yeah, like the Arbiter and the elites. And it looks like the architecture in the colony, a lot of people have been like scanning it to try and find clues. And it looks like a combination between the elite and human architecture. So
pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It looks like it might be a few years in the future. In the future of the future. With all this going on between their relations and things. So could be very cool. I'm very excited for Halo 5.
Is there any more announcements from it? Or?
No, they've literally just...
I really hope they probably won't. They'll only bring it out on Xbox One, won't they?
Obviously.
Yeah. I'm really hoping they'll probably maybe bring out a 360 version. Although it might not be able to handle it, depending on what they
probably
want
wouldn't
to do.
be able to handle it, and I also think that they probably market it to make people buy Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't bring out a 360 version.
Make a whole bundle as well. Get Halo 5 and the Xbox One for a lot of money.
You get a Halo 5 console.
Yeah.
My
controller.
My console's a Halo 3 console.
Really?
Yeah.
I've just got a standard Elite one.
I'd like to see how much I could sell it for. It's a limited edition one.
You might
Probably
get a lot of money in the future.
Possibly.
Just keep holding
10
it.
years down the line.
Hopefully it's not broken by then.
It will probably be broken by then.
Surprised mine was lasted about 6 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's still going strong.
So you haven't had the old red ring of death?
No, I've managed, for some reason it just won't happen on mine. Not that I'm waiting for it to happen. It's like, why won't you red ring? I think I bought that one just after they fixed the bugs and released the
because they did.
new ones, yeah.
Yeah, they did create new, more stable
Yeah,
versions of
I
the
think
console.
that's one of those.
Mine-
Ages ago now, though.
Mine red ring twice, and they had to send it off to Germany. They were actually going to send me a new console, but then they realised that it was the
Halo 3.
the Halo console.
We don't want to pay more money for it.
Yeah, so they were quite nice to me. They sent me back. They actually fixed my console twice. Good old Germans.
Yeah, damn them and their efficiency.
Damn them.
Well, no,
Damn
thank
them.
them and their efficiency.
Thank them. And
Thank you, Germany.
Thank you, Germany. You beautiful, efficient bastards.
I live with a German.
You do?
I do. Just let a little pause there.
Have you ever given your Xbox to him to fix?
I would never give my Xbox to him. He'd probably end up breaking
That's why he's
it.
not in Germany, because he's not efficient enough.
Yeah, it's been chucked out to study here for 3 years.
Sci-fi news! The last bit of sci-fi news. There's a new Alien game that's been announced. Alien Isolation. Have you seen stuff about that?
No, but I did pick up an Alien game from Game the other day, but
Oh no, it
someone
wasn't
told me-
Colonial Marines.
I was about to buy it, and Jack just goes, "Oh no, it's
Swatted it out of your hands.
Yeah, pretty much. I was going for £3, and I had £3 in my wallet, so I was like,
Yeah, because it's shit.
Oh, is it that bad?
It is pretty awful. It's what they did was they had gameplay trailers that came out before its release, which supposedly demoed off a few levels, and they were complete pack of lies.
Oh,
Like,
right, okay.
People played through the same levels, and they were just like they looked much worse.
Oh no.
They played much worse, and they didn't have half the features that were shown in the demo level. So they basically did false advertising.
Yeah.
And the game, besides that, was a pretty buggy mess that people universally panned. So, this new Alien game, Alien Isolation, is something that a lot of people are a bit worried about.
Is it the same company making it?
No.
Okay.
It was Gearbox that made the last one. It was the same company that made Borderlands.
Yeah.
And this time it's actually the Creative Assembly, who make the Total War games.
Yeah, I was going to say. Might be a lot better than that. I reckon they should make a strategy Alien game.
I'm not sure how that would
The
work.
humans, predators, and aliens.
I
The
suppose
three sort of main
could work.
clans, don't you?
But this one's more of a horror game, so it's really different for the developers to me. It's like completely different genre. But I think they could work it.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously optimistic. However, they did fuck up round 2, so
Yeah. Sort of cautious about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the premise of the game is you play as Ripley from the films, her daughter, who everyone thought was dead. But, you know, canon, fuck it.
Yeah, just bring her
We
back.
can make a game. She's... you have to evade and hide from and outwit a single alien.
Mhm.
So, it's going to be...
Also, it will keep you on your toes.
It will keep you on your toes. It's a straight up horror game. It's not. You
Yeah.
won't be fighting this alien.
Yeah.
But it's
It'll be like Amnesia, sort of, in the way that you don't get to kill the main enemy.
in a way. I think
You
it's
have to run from it, hide from it.
in that sort of vein, like Amnesia and Outlast as well.
I like the idea.
Yeah, and so there's a single alien. Creative Assembly have said that they're working on very impressive AI work for the alien. So
Make
hopefully,
it as terrifying as possible.
yeah, and it's taking the same sort of themes as the very first Alien film.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, looking very good.
Yeah.
What would you like to see from an Alien game? Are you a big fan of the Alien films?
The last film I watched was Prometheus.
Yeah, so
I thought it was a pretty damn good film.
I thought Prometheus was good.
People said bad things about it, but
I know, which was because it wasn't as alien as I thought. Like it wasn't.
I don't know what you mean. But
it didn't have much of the Alien kind of feel to it. But I thought, as a film,
yeah, it was a brilliant film.
I think a lot of people were kind of comparing it and wanted
not enough
Alien
things in it, sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but as a film on its own, I thought it was a damn good film.
Yeah, because it was meant to just show the discovery of it, really, wasn't it?
So
I wonder what happened to her at the end, because she flew off in that ship. She probably. I have a feeling she went to the Predator's planet, because that's what the ship came from. I suppose she might put on autopilot. Take me back, and then she gets killed.
Yeah,
I killed the Predator that flew that. Let's kill her.
There weren't predators that flew that.
Yeah, in terms of Alien game, I know they made a game before where you could play as the alien or you could play as the Predator.
Alien versus Predator.
Yeah, I think
they made quite a lot of Alien versus Predator games.
Yeah, that's why I was going to buy the other one, because I thought that one was okay. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but it was average pretty much.
There's been a lot of AVP games. I don't think there's been that many straight up Alien games.
No.
I think there was the last shit one, and then possibly a few ones from the 80s or 90s, but nothing really modern.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't really know what to expect from it. Like I said, I like to see a strategy type game, but that's including everything. It's not just on Alien. Maybe a sort of RPG about the discovery of it. And you like similar to the horror concept.
Yeah.
You're on a team, sort of like Prometheus, I guess.
Yeah.
You discover a ship, you run onto it,
you can
get to level up,
boost your skills.
Like that. Yeah.
That'd be very interesting because, like, of all the genres, I didn't think RPG would be, but
I think it's got potential.
I mean, you could make an RPG out of anything, really.
Yeah,
so
pretty much. You could be a scientist that eventually turns into a soldier.
Possibly.
Sort of thing.
Be quite cool, actually. I
could
like
make it a bit
idea.
diplomatic as well.
Diplomacy with the aliens.
Have a bit of comedy to it. You try to reason with it, but it just shouts at you and eats you. Different scenarios type thing.
You like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Like Commander Shepard goes to...
Shut up, you bastard!
Goes to form a treaty with the alien.
You don't speak English, do you?
So
I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
So, this trade agreement that we've got...
You're going to give us less death if we give you more food?
Nice trade agreement. More food, less death.
Makes sense.
We've had enough death as it is. We're up to our eyeballs in death. You can't give us any more death.
As much as
death is not a natural resource.
So yeah, that's an idea. Trade with aliens.
Yeah, trade with the alien.
You got any sort of ideas for it?
Alien Trading Simulator.
So like Train Simulator 2013.
Alien Trading Simulator 2200.
Building a gnaw-proof transport. Fuck off the thing while they're eating it. Fuck off. Electric shocks.
Acid-proof, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be good. Actually, I think what I'd like from an Alien game is pretty much what they're doing at the moment, like a straight up horror game.
Yeah.
So, because aliens can suit, like, they've done a lot of action games with aliens in them.
It's what you'd expect, really, isn't it?
Yeah, like, because Alien is equal parts action and horror.
Yeah.
So, and I think the action's been done to death a bit. So,
yeah, I think it's even more terrifying the fact you can't fight it.
Yeah, and the fact that there's only one of them.
Yeah.
Like, once you kill an alien, it's like the horror's over a bit.
Yeah,
but
I can kill you.
But if there's one alien that's kind of hunting down and killing people and you can't stop it...
And you know there'll be that massive long corridor with a flashing light and you can climb on the ceilings.
Oh yeah.
Lights will up, it'll be flickering
and
then you keep getting closer and closer, it'll be like, fuck, I'm out of here.
or the little tracking device where you see the little dots.
Yeah,
and
you don't know whether it's above you, like another floor or something. It could, it'd be so cool.
That was something that was always a bit wrong with their tracking devices. It was always straight ahead.
Yeah.
You can never.
It's never up or down. It's always right there.
You're thinking like we've got that kind of technology. Like in a few hundred years, they should probably have like.
We've even got the idea now. If they didn't.
Alien Trade Simulator.
There's always comedy to these podcasts.
Oh yeah, pretty good. So I think that's the end of sci-fi news.
I was just going to say maybe they can have sort of accessories to it, so as you go along, you get like a shovel or something, you can dig a hole, hide yourself in, sort of type thing.
Oh, you're talking about the horror thing, not the chase.
I've just got a massive idea, sort of like accessories, obviously flashlight.
I think it's mostly on it's on a space station, so you wouldn't be able to dig a hole, but you could...
yeah, unless you want to die, you can dig a hole, I suppose. But
it's bloody titanium!
But yeah, okay. News front.
Back on the news. In
Back to
other
you, Callum.
news... so, related to gaming, yeah, sure, it's definitely gaming news. YouTube's new Content ID controversy.
What's that?
So YouTube's changed how they work their flagging and banning system recently, which is now you can. They've got Content ID system which you can upload your like clips and sound and everything that you've created to their Content ID system, which matches that to other people who've used it. And then it will flag them, and you can pursue claims against them. And it takes a long time to dispute these claims.
Yeah.
And if you get three strikes against you, then your account gets banned on YouTube. Which is it's bad for a lot of YouTube users, but particularly bad for gaming channels. Because they don't use their own, 90% of the time, they're not going to be using their own created content. They're going to be using footage of games, they're going to be using sound from games.
And most gaming bloggers do the same thing, like webcam, watch and play as they commentate, sort of thing. So,
yeah.
If in way, they're all copyrighting each other. And
yeah.
It just depends on the entertainment for me anyway, so.
It's been hell for people. So, a lot of people have had, like, a tiny bit of music that they've had playing in the background has been copyrighted. Like if it's like well-known YouTubers have had a radio playing in the background and it will match to YouTube's content ID and flag them.
Yeah.
Or they will be playing footage that companies have allowed them to use, and it will still be flagged by that company that's allowed to use them.
It seems really petty. In a way, I understand like the whole copyright thing, but if it's accidentally on in the background, then
the worst part about it is it does seem it's automated.
Yeah.
So it has the flaws that even if you've said that they can use your footage, it will still flag it because you've put that footage in the Content ID system.
That's stupid.
It can't differentiate through it, and also disputing the claims takes a month in most cases.
I'm guessing it costs a lot of money as well.
Yeah, it's costing because what it does is that those videos, if it's being flagged, YouTube holds all the money that will be
paid to you.
That will be paid to you, and it won't give you the money back if you dispute it.
So how can you get your money if a company comes out and says
you can't? It won't hold. It won't hold the money. It will just stop monetization completely. And then once it's been disputed and once it's successfully cleared, then you can start monetizing it again. But you'll get most times they'll be getting money in the majority of their funds in the first 48 hours of video being released.
Yeah.
It's a new video. So, and if they lose,
I suppose, they might just not get the sort of
So
money.
In the long run, they can monetize it, but they'll be losing most of the money that they will be getting.
Yeah.
So it's been hell for big YouTube channels.
Can you imagine like channels like PewDiePie and
things like that where they release
Rooster Teeth,
tons of videos, and they're all being flagged. And if it takes a month to dispute one of them, then it's just you can't
There's so much work in that.
There's so much work in that.
The amount of YouTubers, the amount of like massive channels, like they're not just going to trawl through every single footage, are they?
They've been losing so much money.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty terrible for all of them.
Yeah.
So, but YouTube have said that I can kind of see it from YouTube's point of view, but at the same time, because what they've said is that if they don't have these measures in place for enforcing copyright, then they can be sued by companies for not enforcing their copyright.
They're covering their own asses.
They're covering their own asses, but
yeah.
There's got to be a better way to do this.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Speaking of YouTube, do you reckon they'll ever, you know how some videos you can't see in certain countries?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they'll get rid of that? Because they could make a lot more money from it, couldn't they?
I don't think they'll do it.
No. Okay, that's a shame.
Well, that's not on YouTube's part. YouTube's not actively blocking it. It's the companies that are uploading these. They're setting it so that certain countries can't see it. Like, if it's going to be on a time delay, like it's going to be footage that's going to be released in America on Monday, and then they want it released in Europe on the Friday.
Okay.
Then they're actively doing that. It's not YouTube that's blocking it.
That makes sense.
So, but yeah, Content ID is fucking awful.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
damn you, YouTube or Google.
I think the system could work if they make disputing it easier. Mm-hmm. And they actually hold the money rather than like completely stop you getting it.
Yeah,
like
it's unfair, really.
Like if you disputed it and it's successful, then YouTube will go, okay, here's the money that you should have earned from that time. I think that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not perfect, but it'd be good.
It'd be better.
It would be a lot better than it is at the moment, and people can actually make money for the hard work that they're putting in.
Yeah.
Like, because people who spend their own money and time making like long videos, like 2-hour videos, will just like they'll just get flagged down and they won't be able to make money off it if it's 5 seconds of like a radio sound that's being played in the background, and then that's it. They won't be able to do it.
It could even be like, say you're in your room recording and your housemate walks by while playing music. And that could be a flag.
It's even been the case of people who've been flagging themselves, like developers who've released footage from for games. They'd be putting that out, and if they have like a sort of spokesperson channel that's like, oh, here's the news from our company this week, and if that's a separate channel from the channel that they put trailers on, then they're getting flagged for their own trailers.
Oh god,
it's a bit of a mess.
It's so complicated.
It is complicated, and it's been a bit of a mess. And I don't know how YouTube's planning on sorting it out, if they are planning on sorting it out.
They should plan on sorting it out, or at least do a massive survey to see what people's views and stuff are.
But I thought that it would be good to talk about it, just to get it out there and get it known. I mean, a lot of channels have been putting out videos just to let people know that this is happening. Because if you just watch YouTube, then you'd be none the wiser.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, this...
Well, I didn't have a clue until you brought it up now.
Yeah,
so.
You'd still be able to see the videos, but you wouldn't know that they're not getting any money for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's one more person that knows about this.
And maybe 500 more.
And maybe 500 more. Maybe 5 million more. Subscribe.
Follow blog now.
Follow the blog. Ask us questions.
Comment, damn it.
Comment. I don't know how that turned into accusing the readers.
Oh yeah, just completely turned it around. Yeah.
More controversy.
Yay! There's always something controversial we talk about. So adds interest to it.
SimCity. We've talked a lot about PC gaming.
Yeah, that's fine. We haven't done enough of that, to be honest. So
SimCity have announced an offline version. SimCity announced it. EA have announced an offline version for the newest SimCity, which previously was you had to be always online to play it.
Yeah.
And the server crashed and you couldn't actually play it.
Yeah. There's always that sort of downfall.
Yeah. So now they've announced an offline version. Probably too little, too late.
I'd still play it. I like SimCity.
I'd play it if it was massively reduced in price.
How much is it?
I don't know.
Oh, we gone to digital pricing again?
Full price. Full price, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't sell very well.
Maybe they should re-release it at half price for a month or something, or maybe a week.
It would help.
Yeah, increase the interest on that back into it. So.
I wouldn't buy it because I don't think. I think it might say to them that they can get away with this kind of stuff.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Moral standing.
But
damn you, EA. Could be some massive. They might have meaning, what's the word? On purposely.
On purposely.
I've made up a new word.
You
again.
thought of what the word would be, and you came to the conclusion that it would be on purposely.
They on purposely crash their own service.
They on purposely did it.
Or
I don't think they crashed their own servers. Why would
we'll
they
make
do
more
that?
money.
Why would they crash their own servers?
This market stunt.
You bought the game. It's unplayable, but you bought it.
Thanks for your money, douchebags.
I suppose that's what Battlefield 4 was.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything about their Battlefield 4? Did we talk about this? They're getting sued.
I remember talking about Battlefield 4, but I don't know.
We talked about Battlefield 4. No, I think this came afterwards that EA are getting sued by their investors for Battlefield 4 being a completely broken product.
No.
And that they're losing money because they thought that they released it as a launch game for the new consoles where
they hadn't tested it.
It really needed another 6 months probably.
Fuck.
Before, it's really bad. The game just crashes all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got 2 class action lawsuits against them.
It's probably cost them over $1 million.
At least.
Wow. Lessons to all game
It's EA,
developers.
$1 million is nothing.
Yeah,
they
I
can,
suppose.
They can
that's
gouge
like a
the
quid.
fuck
That's
out
just
of
like me just going, yep, there you go.
Kev just offered me money, like some sort of...
yeah, that's why we're
like
introducing
paying me
video.
for humour. Like some sort of cheap podcast whore.
That's me.
Who is the whore here?
Already made it Facebook official, I'm the whore.
Oh, yeah.
You should make a Facebook page for this.
Yeah, I might
Just
do.
as a side note.
I might do. Do you want to
never
kill me or something?
No.
I'll create a Twitter page for it as well.
Yeah.
I'll go in this order. I'll create the YouTube channel, then I will create the Twitter page, and then I'll create the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Don't know how long that'll take. Not too long, probably.
No, it won't take too long. But yeah, that's another interesting development on the Cataclysm front.
On the Cataclysm front, yeah, we're going to be social media-izing.
Yep, everything tends to be now, so...
Everything tends to be. We will be as well. We should get merchandise at some point.
Yeah. Make t-shirts with our faces on it. Like.
The Clueless Cataclysm, looking for a sponsor. Sponsored by whoever will pay us.
Primark will contact us.
Primark?
Oh dear.
Yeah. Fuck EA. The Clueless Cataclysm, sponsored by EA.
Nintendo Wii U. Going back on that.
Sponsored by Nintendo.
Just to say every episode, Nintendo Wii U has increased in their
their stock price has gone up 5 million.
Yeah, a lot better now.
Oh.
Planning ahead.
Planning ahead to how much we're going to sell out.
Oh dear. Anything else newsy?
Newsy. A lot of people have been talking about early access games, which has benefits and also disadvantages.
Mm-hmm.
So early access games being that people have been releasing games mostly on Steam.
Yeah. They have a lot of indie games there for free and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of indie games that are in development, but they've released them as early access so that you can play as betas and everything.
Minecraft started as an early access.
I think Minecraft's the one that started it all.
Yeah.
A lot of people have followed in Minecraft's shoes.
So I remember my friend back in school was going on about it and I had no idea what it was. He was like, it's a free game, just build stuff. I was like, oh, it doesn't sound too great. Now look at it.
I don't think that'll be successful.
Can't underestimate anything now.
Yeah. The Clueless Cataclysm, sponsored by Minecraft. I would love to be sponsored by Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so early access games, it can be good. I think a lot of people who want to pay, a lot of the time it's people paying to get an early look at the game and be active in its development, so you could give feedback to the developers while they're actually making the game. And I think in that respect it can be quite good. The only problem is, at the moment, like before, with Minecraft, as it went up in development, they charged more and more. So they'd start when it was in its very early stages, it was free, and then they started charging more and more for it.
They charge a monthly fee as well to begin with.
No, they don't.
I thought they had a subscription.
No. It was just like they'd go up slowly in price as more content was added, and I think that was quite good.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
They're getting
more
bigger
content.
database and bigger sort of.
Yeah.
If it's getting bigger, you have to increase price.
Yeah. So I think that was good, but now a lot of people have decided that they charge more than the game is at release. Sometimes think like double or triple, like how much the game costs when it's released, to give people early access. So it's gone from the kind of idea that you would pay less because there's less of it and you shouldn't be paying it, to you pay more to have the right to play our game before you peasants. So a lot of people have a big problem with that. They're charging people more to test their game, which
it shouldn't happen.
Digital prices, everyone. We knew we'd get onto it.
That's why we've been here for like 3 times this podcast now, just going digital pricing.
Probably it is our biggest point of contention.
It is.
Yeah,
as students especially.
but yeah, that's. I think it's difficult because early access can help a lot of developers, especially if they're getting an income while the game's in development. It means they have more money to spend on the game.
Yeah.
But if you're charging more than the game at release, so that you can play a shittier version of it, it's like
I wouldn't pay.
It is. No, I wouldn't pay it either. But and it's not just indie games now. They've very recently Ubisoft have announced that it's Ghost Recon Online. Yeah. It's going to be early access. So it's a big developer that have just decided that they thought they could get people to test their games for free.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't pay testers. So they thought they'd just release it on early access, get people to test for free.
Saves them money, doesn't it?
Saves them money, but I don't want to see every big studio who's just.
I don't think they will.
I don't know. It's been pretty big.
Oh.
It's doom and gloom.
Yeah.
I don't know. On this podcast, we do talk about that a lot, about doom and gloom and digital prices. So yeah.
Yeah.
I should have put a bit of good news at the end of it, because this is actually our last one of news.
Okay.
So
am I meant to brace myself for this?
No, that was the last bit of news.
Oh, right.
Just talked about early access games.
Oh well.
You know what, Kev? Let's talk about. Let's rewind a bit. Let's talk about
something happier.
Something happier. Nah, it's not going to be happy. It's going to be fun to talk about.
You were going at.
It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be happy, but it's going to be fun.
Okay.
So talking about the new Alien game, which we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, of course.
The Clueless Cataclysm, sponsored by Alien.
Ending it on an alien.
Ending it on an alien. Yeah, so I realised that we wanted to at some point, spoilers, have an episode on horror games.
Yeah,
so
we did.
I think we could have a nice little preview.
Yeah, we can lead on to the next episode.
We can lead on. So horror games. Let's talk about horror games.
Let's talk about horror games.
Let's talk about horror games.
Let us talk about horror games.
Let's talk about Alien, and then we can expand it until it's on a completely different tangent.
As we always do.
So sci-fi horror games.
Okay.
Ever played them?
No. I've played Alien games, but they're not horror. But they are... Oh, no, wait. PS2. Did you ever play Area 51?
No.
It starts off, you're a Marine, obviously, going to Area 51.
Obviously.
Well, you don't know Area 51 exists until you're called up to it. And you're like, everything starts going on, all these explosions underground, you're thinking, oh, they're getting loose. But what it is you get infected, because they send the Marines down into the actual base itself, which turns out to be underground and miles long.
Oh yeah.
So, you end up getting your first encounter with the alien. It infects you with this thing, so eventually you can transform into some mutant being, and you run around killing all these little aliens.
Oh, that's quite cool.
But the main alien is obviously going to be a grey. What do you call them? The grey heads, long neck.
Oh yeah, like the classic sort of grey
the Roswell alien.
Yeah, the Roswell aliens.
Because that is exactly what it is as well.
Ah,
it's the 1950s Roswell alien you're trying to get. But should I spoil the end?
It's a PS2 game, so fuck it.
Okay. At the end, you catch up with the alien. You have an epic battle with it at the end, where it found its spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
So you're basically trying to stop it from launching, trying to kill it, but then, unfortunately,
plot twist.
You can't, because you end up dying.
Oh no!
All throughout the whole game, there's one scientist in the whole area that's guiding you through the base itself.
Does it turn out that he's not actually Irish? And
no.
He asked you, "Would you kindly kill yourself?"
No. He's in a hidden or a secure lab. Basically, you're trying to get to him. So he gives you, midway through the game, you get to him, and he gives you some sort of. It's not an antidote as such. It's more of a repellent. You're gonna die, basically.
You're gonna die.
You know you're gonna die, but this sort of puts it off while you're trying to get the alien. Mm-hmm. And as you put it in, the more powerful your mutant being gets. So it's involuntary that you just change as well.
Okay, cool.
So when you're just about to kill that little grey bastard, you end up transforming. You're about to whack it. It jumps in the spaceship, but because I don't think you have thumbs or something, it's a stupid. You
can't kill the alien because you don't have thumbs.
Yeah, it is fucking stupid, but because you can't open the door and you're just scratching at it, and you end up dying. And
damn, these non-opposable digits!
It made me think at the end of the game that was fucking pointless. But it had good horror aspects to it.
Okay, that's good.
So, any horror game you've experienced?
Well, I think the most prominent sci-fi horror game would be the Doom series.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, I think
I wouldn't have called it scary.
Classic Doom I wouldn't call scary, but Doom 3...
I thought that was a terrible game.
You thought it was terrible?
Yeah, I just didn't like it.
Oh, I liked it.
Sounds so disheartened. Oh, Kev didn't like it.
Well, I am. What didn't you like about Doom 3?
I don't know, it just seemed to relate. You know the game Quake?
Yeah, which one?
All of them. Quake 4, mainly.
Oh, yeah.
But it seemed to just relate. It seemed to, as the Doom series went on, the Quake series went on, they sort of just connected.
Yeah. So you didn't like Quake 4 either?
No.
Damn, I was going to talk about Quake 4 as well.
I had it, I played it, I beat it, so...
Oh! Quake 4's the one where you get turned into Zogs?
Yeah, Zog, I think.
Yeah. I thought that, I was going to talk about that, because that's quite horrific, isn't it? That scene where you see and they chop your legs off and things, and it's... that was quite horrific. I was pretty impressed and at the same time horrified at that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like the stories in those games were pretty good, but I just didn't like the holographic, the guns in it and stuff like that. I just didn't, not my sort of thing.
Yeah, I suppose it kind of knocks out the horror element of it as well. Which rules out System Shock as well.
What's System Shock?
System Shock is the one that the developers of BioShock, it's the precursor to BioShock.
Okay.
Which is essentially BioShock in space.
Yeah. Where
you're on a space vessel, and it's experimental faster than light space vessel.
Yeah.
And on its first trial run, something goes wrong, and your main enemy throughout it is an AI called Shodan. And she's pretty terrifying. She kind of becomes sentient and laughs at you, and
so it's a bit like Portal AI.
Yeah, but
takes the piss out of you.
A lot more malicious. It's not like in a comedy way. It's like
you exploded.
You fucking weakling,
you idiot,
worm. You idiot!
Why'd you jump down
there? You bloody idiot! You can't do anything.
Okay, so it's more malicious.
Yeah, it's more malicious. Quite good. Classic.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. I can't really think of any more sci-fi horror games. Have you played any horror games recently?
I haven't really been playing games, really.
Well, I don't think there have been many good horror games being released.
I thought they were working on it a lot more because Amnesia was so successful.
I think Amnesia is probably one of the only good ones that's come out recently.
Yeah,
like the classics.
Did you play Fear? and Fear 2 and
Yes.
that one with the little girl.
Very good.
It terrified me.
Terrified.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, the original Fear. I didn't think Fear 2 was as good, but the original Fear
one.
shut me up.
Especially the beginning. The beginning bit when you're going through that building on your own, you see the shadows run past, and because you don't know what to expect as much. And then the girl walking towards you in the fire, and I'm like, nope, I'm out.
Oh, there's a moment in that where, the Alma moments, that girl. I never thought I'd be so scared of a little girl.
Yeah, I know. Especially when you have a gun.
I think there's...
It's just like...
There was a moment sort of halfway through that game where you're climbing a ladder and you get to the top of the ladder, it's like you got people shooting at you from behind you to get to the top of the ladder, think, oh, you're safe. And then at the top of the ladder, I just turned off the console. I cannot do this. I just cannot do this.
I love jump scares. I think that's what should make a horror game.
Oh! Dead Space! How can we have forgotten Dead Space? That's why.
Yeah. I was going to say Dead Space, Alone in the Dark. Stuff like that, but I played the demo for Alone in the Dark and I didn't rate it because based on the demo.
Yeah, I don't think many people liked it so much. But I think kind of the classic horror game series have kind of dwindled a bit. Like Resident Evil has...
It was a classic in its time.
It was a classic.
But it's become too...
Like 4's the one that everyone loves, of the sort of modernish ones.
Yeah.
And then 5 was like okay. And they've had 6 out for a few months now, and people didn't like 6. It's too actiony.
What I didn't like about Resident Evil, love the first game.
The original Resident Evil.
I wanted it to be completely based on zombies, not just people going crazy in a way. But I know the whole point of the raccoon. Well, yeah, like in the village in Africa in number 4, 5. They're not zombies.
They're parasites that make people go crazy.
Yeah, but I prefer like in the first one it is zombies and spiders and snakes.
Well, it was 4 that changed that, and they introduced the parasites, which was cool for its time, and then they just did exactly the same thing for 5.
Yeah.
Only they made it in Africa.
I think it was number 5, but I played it co-op with my brother, and we got up to the final boss on hard, ran out of ammo. And you know when it turns into that massive sort of thing with all the tentacles and it's just got the face that you have to attack.
Oh yeah.
Or then you have to hit his back.
Good old Wesker.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
we ran up. We were cornered on the cliff. One of us stood on the one side, one on the other. As he attacked the other one, we kept avoiding him. The other one came up behind him with a knife, just knife in the back. And then he turned around. Then we just keep doing that. It took us half an hour, but we beat him.
Nice. Good tactic. So yeah.
We're just we got this far, we have to do this. We got knives, no guns.
Are you a fan of the Resident Evil films?
No.
No. I think they're so cheesy.
Yeah, I think they're just terrible.
And that's why I love them. I'm a big fan of cheesy films, and Resident Evil kind of tops it off.
The first one is completely like martial art and kick the dog in the face.
The laser room in the first film was just.
There you go.
I think they're on to the 6th film or something like that. They've just made the 5th film and they're making
Extinction. What one was that? Was that 4?
Extinction was the 3rd. There was Resident Evil, then there was Apocalypse, Extinction, Afterlife.
Yeah.
New Rebirth, something like that. And then they got this new one.
Okay.
I don't know what it's going to be, but it looks like it's going to be like Washington DC being besieged by the undead. It's like the last enclave of humanity.
It would be Washington.
And they've got and by the looks of it, it's got the zombies of suddenly being able to grow wings and things.
What? No, it's ridiculous.
It's fantastic.
I tell you what, I really liked World War Z.
No,
I loved it. It was sort of a mix of I Am Legend and Resident Evil, wasn't it?
Yeah. Have you read the book?
No. That might be why I liked it.
I think I'm biased because I read the book and it's nothing like the book.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd probably say that it's a good film on its own.
Yeah.
But if it was called anything but World War Z, I would be fine with it. But it changed everything from the book.
Oh right, okay. I probably won't read the book then, it'll ruin it for me.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, that's probably a good film on its own, I'd say. I did like the whole zombies as... They were like a proper...
They can sprint.
They were like a tide in that. I like fast zombies. They're a really good idea. But
I wouldn't want them to exist.
Well, no, God, no.
But,
zombie apocalypse, the last thing you want is fast
I really want the slow walkers and just whack them in the head with a cricket bat sort of thing, you know. Nice and easy.
But yeah, they're the zombies in that, they were just like a tide. They were barely even like
they didn't give a
human.
shit.
Yeah, they just run into walls and splatter themselves against it.
Oh,
very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's Resident Evil and then there's Silent Hill, the other big horror series.
Yeah.
That's kind of gone off the rails a bit now.
Yeah.
As well.
They need a big revive.
They do.
Love the first one.
I think I played the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't complete it, and then I played the fourth one, which was probably my favourite. A lot of people said the second one's their favourite, but I think I played it a bit too late.
Okay.
I played the fourth one first, and that was on PS2, and I went back to the second one was on PS1, and it was kind of like
it's pretty far apart as well.
Pretty far apart, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really like that series. I think it was very, very atmospheric.
Very well written as well.
Very well written. I did like our monsters as parts of their psyches.
Yeah.
Which was a problem with the later games, because in the earlier games the monsters were all tailored to the people.
Okay.
And like some of the classic monsters, they were from their personalities, and it made sense. Like Pyramid Head in the second one was from the character's sexual nature or something like that. I wouldn't say a desire to rape people, but sexual nature. And then in the later games, they threw that all away and they just decided to bring back monsters from the earlier games because, cool, Pyramid Head's back. Where it didn't make sense.
You would be terrified of a Pyramid Head.
I'd be terrified of it, but it didn't make sense. I'd be terrified of half those things.
Yeah, especially those birds.
Those birds?
In the first one.
I didn't play the first one.
Alright, they have sort of like massive bat-type bird things. It just, as you're running from building to building, running through the streets, suddenly you hear a...
no.
Fuck, no, they're back. And they just turn the behind and it's just coming down from the sky and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
And the fog as well. I think the
fog adds atmosphere.
Yeah, the fog should return, definitely. They have the fog in the newer ones, but it's like realistic fog. Where it's like you have a lot more vision, but it's still like foggy
it's
around the edges.
Hazy, really.
It's kind of hazy.
The fog in the first one.
I don't want realistic fog.
Of white.
Yeah, I don't want realistic fog. I want it like the first one. You can't see like 5
you
foot
can hear
from your
things,
face.
but you can't see it running at you. It's just like it does add suspense.
Very cool thing about the fog though. The only reason they put it in was because the PS1 couldn't handle the scenery, so it had to have that fog around it, or otherwise the game would crash.
All right, no idea.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they should massively increase the fog.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was the latest game that they made, Silent Hill Downpour.
Yeah.
They replaced the fog with it was always nighttime and it was always pouring down with rain.
Yeah, so it makes it even harder to see.
Makes it harder to see. Well, it was a little bit easier to see because it wasn't as foggy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I kind of liked the rain, but the story wasn't so great. So yeah, I want a back to basics Silent Hill and a back to basics Resident Evil,
but with better graphic.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Even if
they could easily just make you just hear heavy breathing, and that would be it. So you're in a dark room, you just start hearing heavy breathing, and you don't. Say it's like a zombie on the floor, and you're just like, "Fuck, where is it?"
I think a lot of the time it's like the things you don't see are more scary.
It's the unknown, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's the unknown, and with the newer games, they want to show off all their flashy graphics on the monsters, so they have to show them. But don't.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Keep it slightly out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah, probably save you money as well.
Yeah. I don't know who said it. I think it was Hitchcock who said the scariest thing in the world is a door that's ajar.
Yeah.
Yeah. See a slightly open door and it's dark. And you go, oh god.
See like maybe a flashing light or something.
Yeah. Hear a little bit of heavy breathing.
Heavy footsteps.
Yeah.
The creak. I hope that picks
You have the creakiest chairs.
I do, yeah. Okay, shall we, on that wise note?
On that wise note?
Yeah, you said a quote from a person.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah. On that wise note.
Yes.
Yes. The Clueless Cataclysm will return soon. We will be back onto a regular schedule, hopefully, probably,
Yeah.
most likely. Now that we're back and we can see each other and we can do new stuff, and then look forward to our horror special podcast.
We should do a special podcast where we do it drunk.
We should do a special podcast where we're videoing ourselves playing games drunk.
This is like maybe an Easter special.
An Easter special.
Or something. Yeah, if you would like that, like the blog.
If you would like to see us off our faces.
That'd be brilliant. But yeah.
Okay, so thank you for listening. Or watching, depending.
Not now.
Well, not now, but it may be on YouTube.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, or watching, or reading. I won't put a transcript up. That's really hard to say,
Yeah.
transcript.
Yeah.
I've been Callum Lewis.
I've been Kevin Griffin.
And thank you for listening.